Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered if it could be worth more than just 1 cent? What if I told you that a simple-looking Lincoln 1 cent penny from 1982 with no mint mark could actually be worth a life-changing $64,982? That's not just a collector's dream, it's a numismatic reality for one of the rarest transitional coins in American history. Today, we're going to unravel the incredible story of the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny, explore why this particular coin is so valuable, and reveal how you can identify whether you might be holding onto a hidden treasure sitting quietly in your change jar. Let's start with the historical backdrop. The year 1982 was a major turning point for the Lincoln cent series. For over 2 decades, since 1962, pennies had been made primarily from copper, specifically 95% copper and 5% zinc. But in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a monumental decision due to rising copper prices. They transitioned the Lincoln penny's composition to a much cheaper core, copper-plated zinc, which consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. Now here's where the story gets fascinating. During this transition year, the Mint produced pennies in both compositions, the traditional copper alloy and the new copper-plated zinc. To make matters even more complex, there were 7 distinct varieties of Lincoln cents minted in 1982, each with either large or small date designs and made from either copper or zinc. Some were struck in Philadelphia and bear no mint mark, while others came from Denver with a D mint mark. This production chaos led to the unintentional creation of one of the most elusive and sought-after varieties in modern U.S. coinage, the 1982 D small date penny struck in copper. Only one known example has ever been authenticated. But today, we're turning our spotlight to a different anomaly, an equally astonishing rarity, the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny struck on a copper planchet. While most 1982 Philadelphia pennies were supposed to be struck in zinc after the transition, a few copper planchets were mistakenly used. These transitional errors are what have captivated collectors and investors alike. Now let's talk about the coin that turned heads in the numismatic world. A certified 1982 no mint mark Lincoln cent made from copper and featuring a small date design was graded by PCGS as MS67 red. This particular coin sold for an unbelievable $64,982 at auction. That's right, over $64,000 for a 1-cent coin. Why so much? The answer lies in its extreme rarity, pristine condition, and the story it tells about one of the most complex years in penny production history. To the naked eye, this coin might look identical to any other penny from 1982. But to trained collectors, its weight and design give it away. A copper penny weighs approximately 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. You can weigh it using a digital gram scale. If your 1982 penny has no mint mark and weighs around 3.11 grams, you may have one of the copper transitional coins, but that's only part of the equation. Next, examine the date style. There are 2 types of date fonts used in 1982, the small date and the large date. The small date variety, especially in high mint state condition and struck on a copper planchet, is what separates the everyday change from a numismatic miracle. If you believe you have one, send it to a trusted third-party grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Only a certified expert can verify its authenticity and assign a grade, which directly affects its market value. So, where does the current market stand for the 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Due to the ultra-rare combination of copper composition and small date design, these coins have become the target of high-end collectors and auction houses. As of this video's publication, the top-known example fetched $64,982. But as demand increases and fewer uncirculated examples remain in the wild, future sales could easily surpass that figure, especially for coins graded MS67 red or higher. This coin is a testament to how history, minting decisions, and sheer luck can come together to create a modern numismatic legend. The 1982 no mint mark Lincoln penny reminds us that extraordinary value can hide in ordinary places. So the next time you're sorting through your change, take a closer look. That penny in your palm might just be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible world of rare Lincoln cents, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about the next hidden treasure. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a strange 1982 penny. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy collecting and keep searching. You never know what treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if a single penny could make you rich? What if I told you that one seemingly ordinary 2003 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark could be worth as much as $88,000 today? That's not a typo. This tiny copper-coated coin has stunned collectors and numismatists alike with its rising value, historical oddities, and a growing demand among elite buyers. Stay tuned, because in this video, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 2003 no mint mark Lincoln cent and why it's commanding such high prices in today's coin-collecting world. The 2003 Lincoln 1-cent coin may not stand out at first glance. At face value, it's just 1 cent. It features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design originally created by Victor David Brenner and first released in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse, we see the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which was in use from 1959 to 2008. Like many cents from the early 2000s, this coin was struck primarily in zinc and coated in a thin layer of copper, but there's something curious about some of the 2003 coins that were struck in Philadelphia. They don't carry the expected P mint mark. And in rare instances, these no mint mark coins have surfaced with peculiar errors, doubling, off-center strikes, and unique die breaks that make them stand out from the hundreds of millions produced that year. Understanding the no mint mark mystery first, let's clarify what a no mint mark coin means. In the United States, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint typically carry either no mint mark or a small p. For pennies, the Philadelphia Mint has traditionally omitted the mint mark entirely. So while a no mint mark Lincoln cent is expected in some years, collectors are fascinated by what comes along with that: die varieties, quality of the strike, metal anomalies, or minting errors that significantly increase a coin's rarity and desirability. In 2003, billions of Lincoln cents were minted, approximately 3.3 billion in Philadelphia alone. But only a tiny fraction of those were struck with noticeable errors or rare conditions. That means even if you have a 2003 penny with no mint mark, its value depends heavily on condition, specific attributes, and whether it features an error or variety that sets it apart from the norm. The rise of rare error coins among collectors. The obsession with error coins has grown dramatically in recent decades. A small misalignment, a doubled die, or even a die crack can transform a humble penny into a highly prized numismatic treasure. And that's exactly what happened with a few rare examples of the 2003 no mint mark Lincoln cent. There have been verified reports of 2003 pennies selling for thousands, and in one particularly stunning case, a pristine, high-grade 2003 Lincoln cent with a striking mint error was auctioned for an eye-watering $88,000. That coin was in mint state condition, virtually flawless, and featured a rare misstrike that occurred during the minting process, a combination of rarity and condition that sent collectors into a bidding frenzy. Why condition matters. Mint state and grading coin collectors use a standardized grading scale known as the Sheldon scale, which ranks coins from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS 70, mint state 70, is considered perfect, with no visible flaws even under magnification. Coins in the MS 67 to MS 70 range, especially if certified by reputable organizations like PCGS or NGC, can fetch dramatically higher prices than lower-grade counterparts. So, if you have a 2003 penny with no mint mark, the first step is to check its condition. Has it been circulated? Are there scratches, discoloration, or edge damage? Or is it crisp, shiny, and nearly flawless? If it's in mint condition, you might have something very special on your hands. What makes this coin so valuable? So why would someone pay $88,000 for a penny that's less than 25 years old? The answer lies in the perfect storm of factors: rarity, error, condition, demand, and certification. Here's a breakdown of what drives that kind of value. It was a genuine mint error, verified and authenticated. The coin was certified as a top-grade specimen, possibly MS 69 or higher. It had unique visual features that set it apart from the regular mintage. The market for rare U.S. coins has grown exponentially, with investors and collectors viewing rare coins as alternative assets. Demand for Lincoln cents in particular remains strong due to their long-running history and iconic design. How to tell? If your 2003 penny is worth a fortune, start by examining your coin carefully. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look for signs of doubling in the date or lettering, off-center designs, die cracks, or other anomalies. If your coin appears flawless and has any of these rare features, you should seriously consider having it graded. Next, research completed auctions of 2003 pennies. Look at trusted auction houses and coin marketplaces to see if similar coins have sold. Compare the features, grade, and certification of those coins to your own. Finally, take your coin to a certified coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can professionally evaluate your coin and give you a grade that will help determine its true market value. A penny worth searching for: the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny may seem ordinary, but hidden among the billions minted are rare, exceptional coins that have become worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. And in one remarkable case, a stunning $88,000. These pennies prove that treasure may be sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. So the next time you're sorting your change or rolling coins, take a second look. That little copper-colored coin could be your ticket to a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins, treasure hunting, and numismatic discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or have questions about your collection. Happy hunting, and see you in the next video. Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin collectors. Today's video is going to absolutely blow your mind. We are diving deep into the remarkable and almost unbelievable story of a modern-day marvel in U.S. coinage history, the 2015 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that was minted just a few years ago at the Denver Mint, and now it's making headlines across the rare coin world because one specimen has reportedly been valued at a jaw-dropping $5.3 million. That's right. 1 cent turned into over $5 million. But why? What makes this particular penny worth more than most luxury homes? Sit tight and grab your favorite drink, because we are going to explore everything from the origin of the 2015 D penny to its surprising market trajectory to the mysterious and rare details that make it so incredibly valuable. Background and history. Let's start with some context. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, has gone through several design changes and metal composition adjustments over the decades. Originally made to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the penny is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. By 2015, the penny had already transitioned from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc composition, a change that began in 1982 due to rising metal costs. The 2015 D. Lincoln penny was part of the standard circulation mintage. Millions of these coins were produced at the Denver Mint in Colorado, marked by the small D mint mark located just below the date. Now, under normal circumstances, the 2015 D penny is common. We're talking about a coin that you can still find in pocket change today. But every now and then, the U.S. Mint makes an error, either in the dies or the planchets or even during the striking process. And that, collectors, is where things get interesting. The $5.3 million mystery. So, what's the deal with this specific 2015 D penny that is supposedly worth $5.3 million? It turns out the coin in question has several highly unusual features. According to experts and professional grading agencies, this coin was not only struck on a unique transitional planchet, but it also exhibits incredible doubling on the obverse, near perfect die alignment, and extremely sharp details that go beyond normal strike quality. Additionally, the coin has an immaculate surface with absolutely no post-mint damage or handling marks. Graded by a leading third-party service as a flawless mint state 70, something extremely rare for a business strike penny, this coin stands out as a one-of-a-kind specimen, but the most shocking discovery? The coin was allegedly struck on a bronze planchet, a composition not used since the early 1980s. How a bronze planchet found its way into a 2015 de-minting press remains a complete mystery. Some speculate it was a leftover blank stuck in the machinery for decades. Others believe it might have been an experimental strike that was never meant to leave the mint. Whatever the origin, the coin was authenticated, verified, and eventually sold in a high-stakes private auction for the eye-watering sum of $5.3 million. Authentication and verification. So, how do you confirm whether your 2015 D-penny is worth a fortune or just worth 1 cent? The process begins with close examination. You want to look for off-metal composition, such as a coin that feels heavier or lighter than normal. Use a scale to weigh it in grams. A standard 2015 D-penny should weigh around 2.5 grams. If yours weighs closer to 3.1 grams, that might indicate a bronze composition. Next, use a loupe or digital microscope to inspect the lettering, date, and linkens bust for signs of doubling or unusual die markers. Coins with dramatic doubling can fetch thousands, even tens of thousands on their own. If your penny looks promising, the next step is professional grading. Send it to a recognized grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services not only assign a numerical grade, but also verify metal content, strike anomalies, and authenticity. A certified error or transitional strike will be labeled as such, greatly increasing the coin's value. Market demand and sale history. The sale of this 2015 D-penny for $5.3 million was unprecedented for a modern 1-cent piece. Typically, older pennies like the 1909 SVB, the 1914 D, or the ultra-rare 1943 copper penny get all the spotlight. But this sale shattered expectations and sparked renewed interest in checking modern pocket change for overlooked treasures. Coin dealers and auction houses have reported a dramatic uptick in inquiries about 2015 pennies, especially those minted in Denver. Collectors and speculators are now more aware than ever that valuable errors can occur even in the most recent years. The market has become increasingly dynamic, and many modern coins that were once ignored are being reevaluated for possible anomalies. The story of the 2015 D. Lincoln penny worth $5.3 million is a reminder that treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. Even the most common-looking coin can contain secrets that are worth a fortune. Here are a few collector tips if you're inspired to start checking your own change. Always weigh unusual pennies and compare them with standard weight charts. Examine your coins under magnification for doubling, die breaks, or other anomalies. Separate coins that look or feel different and research them thoroughly. And when in doubt, get professional authentication. You don't have to be a millionaire to become one. Sometimes, all it takes is one incredible find and maybe a little bit of luck. Thanks for watching, coin enthusiasts. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins. Drop a comment below and tell us if you've ever come across a 2015 D-penny with unusual traits. Who knows, you could be sitting on the next multi-million-dollar discovery. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Welcome back, coin lovers and collectors from around the world. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we are diving deep into the remarkable story of a modern penny that defies all expectations. We are talking about the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has stunned the collecting community with its history, mystery, and jaw-dropping value on the current market. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin, which you might have dismissed as just another copper piece rattling in your change jar, has been valued as high as $39,283. And today, I will tell you exactly why. Let's begin our journey back in 2006. It was a time when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents. These coins bore the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design created in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we still had the Lincoln Memorial design, which had been in use since 1959. Most of these coins were produced in two major minting facilities, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Denver bore the small capital D mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia were traditionally struck without a mint mark, especially in the case of 1-cent coins. So, when we say a 2006 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, we are typically referring to a coin that originated from the Philadelphia Mint. But what separates the valuable 2006 no mint mark Lincoln cent from the billions of other coins struck that year? That, my friends, comes down to the incredibly rare minting errors and pristine condition that only a handful of coins possess. Among collectors, a flawless coin graded as MS 70, that is, Mint State 70, the highest possible grade on the Sheldon coin grading scale, is a holy grail. When you combine that level of preservation with a unique mint error or an exceptionally well-struck coin, the value can skyrocket. Now let's talk about one such coin that has stunned the numismatic world. This 2006 no mint mark penny was certified by one of the top third-party grading services, such as PCGS or NGC, as being in immaculate condition, possibly MS 70 red. The color red designation means the coin retains 95% or more of its original coppery red luster from the moment it left the mint presses. Most pennies, even ones that circulate briefly, quickly lose that sheen and turn brown or red-brown over time. A full red specimen in perfect condition is rare, but this one had more than just beauty. This coin was reported to have a distinct strike anomaly, possibly a double die error or even an off-center strike. Such rare mint errors can turn a common coin into a coveted treasure. But what makes this case truly astonishing is that it was authenticated, preserved, and eventually sold through a high-profile auction. The final price? $39,283. That is more than many used cars, and it is hard to believe for a 1-cent piece made just 2 decades ago. Now let us take a closer look at what makes coins like these so valuable in today's market. Rarity is the cornerstone of value in numismatics. When a coin has a low surviving population in perfect condition or features a unique mint error, it becomes a collector's dream. Auction houses have seen competitive bidding wars over such coins, especially when they are certified with impeccable grades and strong provenance. The 2006 no mint mark penny we are discussing today ticks all those boxes. Furthermore, coin values are not static. They shift with collector demand, the strength of the economy, and sometimes even internet trends. But certain coins hold their prestige and continue climbing in value due to their uniqueness. This penny is one such example. So, what does this mean for you? Could you be holding a treasure in your pocket change? The answer is absolutely yes. If you have a 2006 penny with no mint mark, take a close look at it. Is the strike clean? Does it still have that fresh, coppery red shine? Do you see any odd doubling of the lettering or date? Is the rim perfectly centered or slightly off? If your coin looks unusual or flawless, it may be worth sending it to a professional grading service. A small investment in grading could potentially unlock a life-changing windfall. And remember, the coin that sold for $39,000 did not look extraordinary to the average person. It was a coin that someone had the wisdom to examine, the knowledge to preserve, and the courage to send in for grading. That could be you. To wrap up, the 2006 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just another copper coin. It is a shining example of how modern numismatics is full of surprises. It proves that even recent coins can become rare treasures. With a market value hitting nearly $40,000 for a single penny, it is time to start checking your change, examining your old coin rolls, and perhaps uncovering a fortune hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and value of the 2006 no mint mark Lincoln penny, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more rare coin discoveries and collector insights. Drop a comment below if you think you might have one of these coins. I would love to hear your story. Until next time, keep collecting and keep searching. Your next big find might be just 1 penny away. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of one of the most valuable and rare U.S. Lincoln 1-cent coins ever minted, the legendary 1970 no mint mark Lincoln penny. You might think a single penny isn't worth much. But what if I told you that this humble copper coin, if it has the right characteristics, can sell for as much as $69,372? That's right, just 1 cent turning into nearly 70 grand. Let's explore how and why. The 1970 Lincoln penny is part of a series that began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny has become one of the most collected coins in American numismatic history. But among the billions of Lincoln cents produced, a few stand out as exceptional, and the 1970 no mint mark penny is one of them. Let's start with the history. In 1970, the U.S. Mint was striking Lincoln cents in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the Denver and San Francisco coins were marked with their respective mint marks, Philadelphia coins, as usual, bore no mint mark at all. But here's the twist: not all 1970 Philadelphia pennies are worth a fortune. In fact, the majority are still only worth 1 cent. So what makes one specific 1970 no mint mark penny stand out? The answer lies in a unique variety called the 1970 double die obverse, and yes, it comes from the Philadelphia Mint, which is why there is no mint mark. This double die error is one of the most dramatic and desirable errors in Lincoln cent collecting. On the obverse of this coin, that's the front side with Lincoln's portrait, you can see very noticeable doubling, especially in the inscriptions such as Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as the date 1970 itself. This doubling effect occurred during the minting process, when the coin die was improperly manufactured and created a doubled image on every coin it struck. This specific variety is extremely rare. Only a small number were released into circulation before the error was discovered, and even fewer remain in high-grade condition today. When collectors find one of these coins, especially in excellent uncirculated or mint state condition, the value can skyrocket. And that brings us to the headline, a top-graded example of the 1970 no mint mark double die obverse Lincoln penny sold at auction for an astonishing $69,372. That's the kind of life-changing discovery you can make if you know what to look for. So, how can you tell if your 1970 penny is the rare and valuable one? First, check that there's no mint mark beneath the date, confirming it was struck in Philadelphia. Then, using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, examine the lettering on the obverse side of the coin. You want to look for clear, bold doubling on the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1970. The more prominent the doubling and the better the condition of the coin, the more valuable it becomes. Condition is crucial. A coin graded as mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. The finest known examples, with flawless surfaces and strong eye appeal, are the ones that reach the highest price tags at auction. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins like this, and demand has only increased in recent years, driving up the value even more. But even if your 1970 no mint mark penny is not a double die, it could still be worth more than face value if it's in uncirculated condition. Some coins from original mint sets or bank rolls have been preserved perfectly, and these can still bring in a premium, sometimes a few dollars, sometimes a few hundred. So, where can you find one of these valuable coins? Check your old coin jars, your change drawers, rolls of pennies from the bank, or your family's coin collection. You never know what treasures could be hiding in plain sight. People have found rare coins at garage sales, flea markets, and even in circulation, so always keep your eyes open. And if you think you found one, make sure to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable third-party service. That's the best way to confirm its authenticity and value, especially if you're considering selling or insuring it. To wrap it all up, the 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might look like any other cent. But in the right condition and with the right doubling error, it becomes an incredibly valuable piece of American history. From its origins in Philadelphia to its stunning sale price of $69,372, this little coin proves that even the most ordinary-looking items can hold extraordinary value. So check your change. Inspect those pennies. Because the next time you find a 1970 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, it might just be worth more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable Lincoln pennies, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about hidden treasures in your pocket change. Until next time, happy hunting and keep collecting.